Hey, what's up guys, Stock Catcher here. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down a trade I did from the beginning to the end. I think a lot of people will greatly benefit from this video, so I highly recommend you watch the full video. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Stock Catcher, abbreviation SC. My goal is just to help as many people as I can every single day through my YouTube videos, through my YouTube live stream, stock Twitch, Twitter, email, it doesn't matter. It's just a really good thing to help people in my opinion. And even before trading, I did so many hours of community service, like I probably did in my life, like probably well over 500 hours. I just love people. All right, so also everything I say every day is not financial advice. It's just my opinions and entertainment, right? Just for the disclaimer. So in this video, I'm gonna be breaking down a trade I did, right? This is live and real. And the reason I'm saying that is because in the previous educational videos, right, I did talk a lot about the structures as well as the entry exit potentials. But a few people said that, oh, wouldn't it be better for you to just show a stock actually in real time, as well as actually my thought process behind it, right? And I completely understand what they're saying. And I do think that it will be more helpful for me to show this, right? So this is a trade that I did, stock symbol ELYS, and this stock wasn't a supernova. It wasn't a swan where it ran over 1,000%, 5,000%. The reason I'm mentioning that fact is because you're not going to see you're not going to see supernovas every single day where stock runs 1,000% or 2,000% or 500% even. That's not realistic. And I've been in stock like 7 years. That's not going to happen every single day. So if I give an example like that, that's not really going to be helpful. So this is a move that is really realistic, and I see every single day these type of moves. You will see pretty much almost guarantee every single day these smaller moves in real time every single day. So ELYS, I'm going to be breaking down from the beginning as well as my thought process as well, right? So for this stock, ELYS, this stock happened in 8 a.m. This is the time we usually trade, right? Around the morning time. So you could see right here, the stock this is starting to move up. I mean, I'm seeing in my thought process, I'm thinking, all right, this kind of looks interesting. It's getting some hits. It's kind of perking a bit, but the volume is not really that high. I'm not interested in an entry yet. So I'm just gonna be watching it right now. I mean, the reason I'm saying my thought process is because a lot of people think trading is just buying a stock randomly once it starts to move, and then they throw thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars, and they lose, they get dumped on, and that's not trading. And then a lot of people blame trading, saying that trading is impossible, when they're not. That's not even trading. That's like scratching a lottery ticket, right? And then you lose most of the time in lotto, in gambling, casino, whatever. Loser rate, the failure rate is very, very high. I think success is like decimal points. So I never do that stuff in real life. I don't scratch lottery ticket. I don't do Mega Million, Powerball, none of that stuff, because that's like throwing money in the fire, in my opinion, right? So we're looking at ELYS, still no volume, still is not an entry for me. Looking at it right now, it does have a setup though. All right there, you see that volume hit. It's getting some interesting hits now. Now it's starting to look kind of like, looks like someone's slapping it, by the way. You see the asks on the bottom. What do you usually like to see in trading? I like to see asks getting taken out. I like to see walls getting broken down. I like to see people just slapping at the ask. So looking at right now, yes, that was very interesting, but still no entry for me. The volume is still too low. And also on top of that, I want to see some structure. I want to see some technicals as well. I don't want to just buy and then get sold on, right? Because you don't know what could happen. This stock could just end up plummeting just extremely quick, right? So I could have sped this up, but this is just normal so that it's realistic as possible, right? So this video may be a little longer, but again, I don't make these videos often, so I'm just trying to make it as helpful as possible when I can, right? So you see right now, it's still not an entry for me. A lot of people, some people might just add it right there, but when trading, I want to have as much confirmation, as much confluence. I don't want to just get in something. So as you see here, it's starting to get more interesting action on ELYS. It's still no entry for me. And one tip I want to share for you guys when you're trading is don't focus on the indicators. Focus on the candles. I mean, not candlesticks. Focus on the price action, the volume, right? The reason I mentioned that is a lot of people think that indicators are the way to and the way to success. Is not true at all. Like you could trade with zero indicators. You could just use candlesticks and your experience and your knowledge with volume as well as price action, and you could do great, in my opinion, right? I see so many people on Twitter posting like 20, 30 indicators. They still have like rainbow lines. There's like lines everywhere. And I don't think that's helpful because I tried that in the past and it just confuses people, right? So if you want to use indicators, I do use indicators as well. I recommend no more than a few. Don't use like 20, 10 indicators in my opinion, just a few. One I like to use is VWAP. VWAP is a nice one. All right, so you see right here, ELYS. I'm still not seeing interesting enough entry for me potential in terms of do I want to take the trade? It's just not really interesting for me so far. So, all right, so ELWS, I'm looking at it. I'm trying to see if this thing is working. I don't know if it's working or not. This, all right, so I might have to use 250. Yeah, all right, so this stock is starting to get some more volume. Still no entry for me. It's at 85 cents. Usually I like to see stocks over $1 that are pennies, right? I like to see them break over $1 and then hold, because that's a big psychological support as well as resistance, right? So this stock is still, it's not an entry for me. A lot of people, I mean, not a lot of people, some people will think that this is an entry. All right, they're spiking, so let me just FOMO into it. But again, if you see a stock with not high amount of confirmation volume, they could just sell, they could just dump, right? So you're still looking at it, no entry for me. I gotta be very patient in trading. When you're talking about trading, patience is probably the top 3 elements when it comes to trading, performing good, in my opinion. Patience is very, very underrated when we're talking about trading. All right, so now we're starting to see some very interesting volume. You're starting to see some more bigger purchases. You're starting to see some more walls getting taken down. All right, now it's starting to get really spicy. No entry for me still, no FOMO. I don't have, I've been doing stocks like 7 years. I don't really have FOMO that much. All right, so I'm pretty sure some people would have probably punched that. They get so, FOMO. Oh my God, I'm gonna miss it. Let me just punch it right there. All right, nah, no entry for me still. I want to see $1 hold. All right, now the volume is getting really nice. As you see right there, the volume is starting to break over that $1. All right, now it's busted over $1. Now it's definitely in play. Now I have to keep a very, very close eye on it. This is a play for me because this stock had massive volume acceleration. I'm seeing some big walls on the ass getting taken out. So this is a very good candidate for me, and it fits my criteria as well. So I'm looking at the stock. I'm still not FOMO intoing it because I don't want to get dumped, 20 cents, and then I lose like massive amount of money. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would have bought that top ticket right there. And you're instantly down. That's like instantly down like, 7%. So, all right, now you're seeing some red on the tape. And that usually means people are taking profit. And as you see right there, you want to see how the candle close happens after. You don't want to just see live candle. For more confirmation, it's better to see how it acts after it closes. So as you see right here, is the stock is attempting to break out over the previous resistance, and it's just having a time, because if you remember what I said earlier, people would have just punched that right there at 117 top ticked it. I mean, technically, yeah, you could have traded that one break over $1 break, and then you could have made 17% right there. But I mean, sometimes that is a valid strategy where I do go for breaks, like $1 break. But we're talking about stock that doesn't really have a lot of history on the left side, and it doesn't really have a lot of structure. It's just, I just don't want to get dumped on. So I just wait for my confirmation. I don't just punch it. Right. So if I bought at 117, I'll be down right now. It's 108 right now. So as you see here, definitely people are starting to take profit. In my opinion, as you see, that's exactly what I said. You would have lost 17% right there if you had dumped. This stock just dumped really fast. So that's why it's very important to not FOMO into something that's ripping face. You want to have a plan. You want to have structure in your trading, guys. So now it's starting to set up really interesting. This is more my bread and butter setup, where the stock makes a big move up and then it pulls back. And now I want to see it holding. I want to see it hold that key dollar level. I'm looking at the tape as well. Looking at the tape, a lot more people are selling it, which is not a good thing. I don't want to just punch it here and then it just falls even more, right? So I'm just waiting for the dollar hold. I mean, right now, it doesn't really look the best. You see a double top pattern right there, kind of double top. That's not usually a good thing when you're talking about trading. So I'm just looking, I'm just being patient, This is how it separates the people who've been trading a long time to people that only a few weeks, I bet you a lot of people are just crazy FOMO right now. And they probably, maybe lost probably by now, stopped out or something. So you just gotta wait, just wait it out. I'm seeing definitely some interesting buys going on. I'm seeing some huge purchases on the ask. And now, this is where I'm looking at. I'm gonna get in, enter in right there. Because it's breaking. This has a flag technical setup as well as breaking. It held over dollar. I got some starters right there. I'm adding some more into strength. I'm seeing some walls getting taken out very quickly. So I'm adding more. I'm adding more as the tape is entering in my interest, as well as the volume acceleration. I'm adding more. And then right there, I do not want to add right there near 117 because that could be a multi-tap resistance. I don't want to get dumped on. And then so I'm adding into strength usually. I like taking out. I like it when a stock starts to do this. So I'm adding more. I don't take profit yet. A lot of people would have took profit right there because I'm really liking the tape action. So I want to see a bigger move. All right, now it's starting to break out. Now I'm not gonna get too scared. Just let it run. Now for 125 psychological resistance support. All right, now let's see how it acts up with that 125 level. I started lock some in because I noticed some selling on the tape as well as the shooting star pattern. I just lock some in. I like to scale out a bit. I don't want to just sell my whole position though, because sometimes it rips a lot more. All right, let's just looking at it right now. If it breaks over that previous resistance, now it's starting to look interesting. I might just lock some more in because I'm just gonna sell. I don't like how it's not pushing over 150, so I'm just going to take out my position. Just 150. I don't think it will bust over 150. Right now, just locking up some more, 138. I'm seeing some red on the tape as well. Some bids are falling. I don't think that's a good sign. I think it's going to dump soon because a lot of bids, they're just starting to crack away the bulls. So let me just take out. I don't think the stock is going to break over 50 based on how the tape is acting. So if we try to test over that 150 level, as you see here, that's where there's a lot of resistance as well. You think about those quarter interval psychological levels as well. So I'm just locking it up. When you're talking about trading, you got to lock it in, guys. A lot of people, again, not financial advice, but a lot of people, they just hold for 100%, guys. You're going to fail if you do that in trading. You got to lock it up. Go for base hits, go for these wins. You don't go for huge amounts of like 200% every play. You're going to fail if you do that. So as you see right here, my thesis was playing out pretty perfectly. I mean, I saw that 150. It wasn't going to break over that based on how the movement was on the tape. So right now I'm up a lot, green. And you got, again, this is my psychology when you're talking about trading. A lot of people, what they'll do, once they're green, they're going to be greedy. They're going to be, all right, let me just add some more to make more money. And that's a very bad, not very bad because everybody's different, but in my opinion, that could set you up for giving back all your gains to the market, right? Which is a very common thing a lot of people do in the stock market. They get some green and then they give it all back. So I'm not FOMOing back in. I'm still waiting for re-entry if this trade setup plays out the way I want it to. Right now, I'm up a lot. Looking at it right now, it's trying to form another type of higher high, type of flag, type of setup. I don't know if I trust it yet. I don't like how there's a massive flush in the tape. The bids were just getting taken out. So I'm just still watching it. I'm not entering it right now. Some people would have bought that right there in anticipating a move over 150, but I'm more of a patient trader. So I'm just watching it. I don't think it's going to break over 50 based on earlier, right? So we're just watching it. I'm not FOMOing into that, So because when it's about trading, less trades is more money, guys. I keep saying it every day, but just because you trade 20 times a day does not mean you're going to make more money. You have to keep the It's about capital preservation. Trading is about capital preservation, right? I bet you a lot of people would just keep playing and playing and playing and playing until they lose all the gains, right? So as you see right here, this is starting to look really interesting actually, over that 150 hold. But what I don't like about this stock is that the tape, like every single time the stock tried to make a massive pull away extension type of action, it just had the bids just taken out. It just had massive amounts of selling. So that's something I don't like. So I wouldn't take that, honestly. That would be a fake out. So if you bought that right there, you're down a lot right now. You're down like 17% if you bought that, FOMO'd into that. So I'm just keeping my gains. I'm just looking at the price action if I want to re-enter it. And as of now, it looks not the best to me, right? So yeah, as you see right here, this is exactly what I said earlier, right? I don't think it's going to break over 150. So it's just massive dump. You would have lost right there. That's like 25% right there, guys. So this is why it's very important when you're trading to manage your psychology. Have a trading plan with confluence, have confirmation. You don't just punch in something just because it's moving, right? And I don't want to sound like I'm lecturing people like in a kind of like mean way. It's just I genuinely want the best for everybody, right? And I see a lot of times on the live stream as well as anywhere, not just my community, but other people too. They just trade randomly. They just buy anything at any time, just because it's moving, and then they get dumped on. That's not trading, guys. I think people are getting confused in the stock market. Trading is having a setup, an A+ idea, and then executing it with as much variables that have like an edge, right? You know what I'm saying? Well, have an edge as well as having a structure, being surgical in your thinking when you're trading, right? This is not like lottery tickets. This is not gambling, in my opinion, right? And that's why most people, they don't end up doing good in trading, because they assume that it's just like, like lottery tickets. It's not. As you see here, you're starting to see doji form. Usually a doji, green doji is something I like when you're trading, but still not. This one, you want to see over 150 close or 150 break with the tape flip as well. This is not an entry for me. I don't know, a lot of people would have bought that right here. That support, it's not an entry for me. So looking at it right now, it's not, it can't even break over that 125, which is psychological resistance. So it's just getting faded on right now. At this point, you could just like flip short, honestly. Like over that 150 level, you could have went short. I used to short in the past. I'm actually, I know how to short actually as well. So that multi-top projection as well, green doji, it's already down to 117 from 151. So if you went short, you would be up right now a lot. So as you see right here, it can't even break over 125. So why would I enter it? Just because the stock pulls back doesn't mean you enter it. I mean, it's not valid criteria for an entry. It's like so weak right now. I'm seeing just massive amounts of asks as well, sellers as well. So I'm just not even interested in this. This is pretty much, at this point, I'm thinking it's more of a backside play, but you want to see if shorts get kind of squeezed as well. So it's not an entry for me. I'm already a big green, so I don't want to give it back to the stock market. So yeah, this stock, honestly, at this point, being completely 100% honest with you, I would not even look at this stock anymore, because I just don't like it. I don't like the tape. I don't like how it's moving. So I'll just move on to the next one at this point. So I would already have locked up a big gain and just hop on to the next one, right? So let's just wait for a few minutes and see how it plays out. If the stock does end up making a bigger move or it ends up fading, like I said, right? So if you're a short seller as well, it's a good idea to lock some in as it kind of holds over those key support. You want to lock some in as well. If you're a short bias trader as well, you don't want to do the same thing like a long bull, where you just get too confident and then you hold your full position and then it ends up reversing on you. and then you lose your profit. So if you're short, the same concept as long trader, you want to scale out as it's holding those levels, right? So that's what I literally said, right? As you see right here, it's starting to curl over that one from that 114 area. That support level is now curling over, and we want to see if it breaks over 125 and holds it for a continuation. I still do not want to enter this again. It just does not look strong enough to me, so I'm not entering it. You know. And as you see right here, it's just you know, selling off at this point. I want to see if I can speed it up a bit. Yeah, this right here is just selling off. I'm just gonna try to speed it up a bit, just so that, you know, since I'm not even entering this right now. But let me see if I can make it faster. Yeah, as you see, it's faster now. Look at this playing out. This is what I said earlier. If you went short, multi-tab resistance, you would be up a lot right now. You cover some over that dollar psychological hold, you cover some more. And then right there, you see, guys, if I went in again, I see a lot of people on the live stream doing that. They take a nice win and then they go in, go and lose, go and lose, go and lose. They lose out of profit, they go red. So this is how you do psychology, guys. You can't trade emotionally when you're trading. And if you're short bias trade as well, look, if you didn't cover your position that over that $1 level, look at the stock going up all the way to 135. So I hope this video helped, guys, and I'm gonna be making more educational videos in the future. I highly recommend you guys subscribe. And I genuinely just want to help people, guys. I wish everybody watching this video, if you made it to the end, great success, because I know you guys are working hard as well to become the best trader, right? Stock Catcher signing out. Have a great, blessed